Hello friends. In this session, I discuss on business intelligence and data mining. First, I have explained some basic features of business intelligence. Various decision makers and analysts have a direct and uninterrupted access to data. The data being used across the organization should be non-distributed. Decision makers spend their time analyze the data rather than collecting and forming them. Decision makers are able to focus their energy in improving the business process rather than searching for data across systems. Some decision makers can instantly carry out what if analysis without much manual interventions. Data management is done from enterprise perspectives rather than the department level. So based on that, first I have discussed on the what is the business intelligence. So BI, or we can say business intelligence, is a set of process, architecture, and technologies that convert raw data into meaningful informations that derives profitable business actions. So it is a suite for software and service to transform data into actionable intelligence and knowledge. So business intelligence has a direct impact on organization strategies, tactical and operational business decisions. So BI supports facts based decision making using historical data rather than assumptions and analysis. So BI tools performs data analysis and create reports, summaries, dashboards, maps, graphs, and charts to provide user with detailed intelligence about the nature of business. Now, I have discussed why is BI importance. So, first point, this is measurement. Means creating KPI, means key performance index based on historical data. So here KPI is very useful based on the key performance indicators or index. Next one is identify and set benchmark for various processes. With business intelligence system, organization can identify market trends and spot business problems that need to be addressed. So business intelligence helps on data visualizations that enhance the data quality and thereby the quality of decision making. Based on that, business intelligence system can be used not just the enterprise but SME, or we can say small and medium enterprise. So based on that, our question is how business intelligence systems are implemented. So here I have discussed some steps. With this, we have create a business intelligence. So first step is raw data from corporate database is extract. The data could be spread across multiple system heterogeneous systems. Next step is the data is cleaned and transformed into the data warehouse. The table can be linked and data cubes are formed. Next is using BI systems. The user can ask queries, request ad hoc reports, or conduct any other analysis. So this is the simple steps for implementation of business intelligence. Now I explain some pictorial view. So in this figure, it is in a online transaction processes, or we can say OLTP system informations that could be fed into product database that could be like OLTP that fit into product, add product line, and change product price. Next is corresponding in business intelligence system query that would be executed from the product subject area would be, did the addition of new product line or change in product price increase revenue? Now, next is in an advertising database of OLTP system query that could be executed based on change in advertisement options and increase radio budget. So, corresponding in BI system query that could be executed would be how many new clients added due to change in radio budget, like this. So in OLTP systems, dealing with customer demographic database data that could be fed would be increase customer credit limit and change in customer salary level. Now, corresponding in OLAP system query that could be executed would be, can customer profile change support higher product price? So this is the basic difference between OLAP and OLTP. OLAP means online analytical process and OLTP means online transaction process. Now, I have discussed on which type of business intelligence users we have. So, here are the 4 key players who are use business intelligence systems. So, first one is the professional data analyst. Means the data analyst is a statistical who analyze, need to drill deep down into data. Business systems helps them to get fresh insights to develop unique business strategies. Next one is the IT users. The IT users also play a main role in maintaining the business infrastructure. Next one is the head of the company, means the CEO can increase the profit of their business by improving operational efficiency in their business. Next is the business users. A business intelligence users can be found across the organizations. There are mainly 2 types of the business users. First is casual business intelligence users and next is the power user. The difference between both of them is that a power user has a capability of working with complex data sets, while the casual user needs with make him use dashboards to evaluate predefined sets of data. So now I have discussed on what is business intelligence and analytics. So business intelligence, or we can say BI, is a process of analyzing data and deriving insights to help business make decisions. In an effective BI process, analysts and data scientists discover meaningful hypotheses and can answer them using available data. For example, if management is asking, how do we improve conversion rate of the websites? So business intelligence can identify a possible case for low conversions. The case might be a lack of engagement with website content. Within the business intelligence systems, the analysts can demograph if engagement really is hurting conversations and which content is root case. So this way the business intelligence can find out these solutions. So the tools and technologies that make business intelligence possible. Take data stored in files, database, data warehouse, or even on massive data lakes and run query against that data, typical in SQL format. Using the query results, they create reports, dashboards, and visualization to help extract insight from the data. Insights are used by executives, mid-management, and also employee in day-to-day operation for data-driven decisions. So, business intelligence is defined by Grunter as an umbrella terms that include the applications, infrastructures, and tools, the best practice that enable access to and analysis of information to improve the optimized decision and performance. So, BI is a category of intelligence systems that gather priority data, then organize, analyze, and visualize it to help users grow business insights. It can blend data from a variety of sources, discover data trends or pattern, and suggest best practice for visualize and next actions. So, insight can include historical materials, further forecastings, competitor performance, compromise, and much more. So, based on that, business intelligence generates some results, and with help of them, they analyze some statistics. Now, I have explained the architecture and components of the business intelligence systems. After understanding what the BI system is, it's time to discover more about its components and understands how these components work with each other. There are also some BI tools that helps to improve one or more components. So in this diagram, show an in instructions of the architecture and main components of the business intelligence systems. The BI architecture and component differ based on the tools, environments, and so on. The architecture shown in the presenting diagram contains components that are common in most of the BI systems. Now I have explained the components in details. So first component is data warehouse. So the data warehouse is the core of the BI systems. A data warehouse is a database built for the purpose of data analysis and reporting. This purpose changed the design of this database as well. As you know, operational databases are built on normalization standards, which are efficient for transactional system. For example, to reduce redundancy. As you probably know, the 3NF designs database for a file system contains many tables related to each other. So for example, a report on sales informations may consume more than 10 joins conditions, which show down the response time of the query and reports. So a data warehouse comes with a new designs that reduce the response time and increase the performance of query for reports and analytics. Now next is extract, transform, and load. It is very likely that more than one system acts as the source of data required for the BI system. So there is a requirement for data consolidations that extracts data from different sources and transforms it into the shape that fits into the data warehouse and finally loads into the data warehouse. This process is called extract, transform, and load. According to the definition of states, ETL is not just a data integration phase. Let's discover more about it with an examples. In an operational sales database, you may have dozens of tables that provide sell transactions data. When you design that sell data into your data warehouse, you can denormalize it and build one or two tables for it. So the ETL process should extract data from the sales database and transform it, or we can say combine, match, and so on to fit it into model of data warehouse tables. So there are some ETL tools in the market that perform the extract, transform, and load operations. The Microsoft solution for ETL is SQL Server Integration Service, or we can say SSIS, which is one of the best ETL tools in the market. SSIS can connect to multiple data sources such as Oracle, DB2, text file, XML, web services, SQL Server, and so on. SSIS also has many built-in transformation to transform data as required. Now, next is data model, or we can say BISM. A data warehouse is designed to be the source of analysis and reports. So it works much faster than operational systems for producing reports. However, a data warehouse is not that fast to cover all requirements because it is still a relational database, and database have many constraints that reduce the response time of a query. So a requirement for faster processing and a lower response time on one hand and aggregate information on another hand is the certain of another layer in BI system. This layer, which we call the data model, contains a file-based or memory-based model of the data for producing very quickly response to reports. Microsoft solution for the data model is split into two technologies. First is the OLAP cube and next is the in-memory tabular model. The OLAP cube is a file-based data storage that loads data from a data warehouse into a cube model. The cube contains descriptive information as a dimension. For example, customer and product, and cell. For example, facts and measures such as sales and discounts. Now, I have explained with diagrams. So, this diagram is a sample of OLAP cube. In the presenting diagram, the illustrator cube has three dimensions like product, customers, and time. Each cell in the cube shows junctions of these three dimensions. For example, if we store the sale amount in each cell, then the green cell shows that Divine paid $23 for a head of June 5. Aggregate data can be fetched easily as well within the cube structures. Now I explain data visualizations. The front end of BI system is data visualizations. In other words, data visualization is a part of the BI system that user can see. There are different methods of visualizing information such as strategies and tactical dashboards, key performance indicators, or we can say KPIs, and detailed or consolidate reports. As you probably know, there are many reporting and visualization tools on the market. Microsoft has provided a set of visualization tools to cover dashboards, KPIs, scorecards, and reports required in BI applications. Performance Points, as a part of Microsoft SharePoint, is a dashboard tool that performs best when connected to SSAS multidimensional collab cube. Now I explain master data management. So in this, every organization has a part of its business that is common between different systems. That parts of the data in the business can be managed and maintained as master data. For example, an organization may receive customer information from an online web application firm or retailer stores spreadsheets or based on web service provided by other vendors. Master data management, or we can say MDM, is the process of maintaining the single version of truth for master data entities through multiple systems. Microsoft solution for MDM is Master Data Service. Master data can be stored in the MDS entities and it can be maintained and changed through the MDS Web UI or Excel UI. Other systems such as CRM, AX, and even DM can be subscriber of the master data entities. Even if one or more systems are able to change the master data, they can write back their change into MDS through the strategies architectures. Next one is data quality service. The quality of data is different in each operational systems, especially when we deal with legacy systems or systems that have a high dependency on user inputs. As the BI system is based on data, the better the quality of data, the better the output of BI solutions. Because of this fact, working on data quality is one of the component of the BI systems. As an example, Aculant, or we can say Auckland, might be written as Oak space land in some Excel files, or be typed as Auckland by the user in the input forms. As a solution to improve the quality of data, Microsoft provides user with DQS, or we can say data quality services. DQS works based on knowledge base domain, which means knowledge base can be created for different domains and the knowledge base will be maintained and improved by a data stream as time passes. So this is the basics components of the business intelligence architecture. So how can the use business intelligence architectures? So regardless of the organization's types, it's important to carefully plan your data analysis and collection strategy to create a robust and effective framework for your business intelligence. Most critical business intelligence architecture will inform different areas of project, including development, implementation, and usage. One useful way to create a valuable and efficient architecture is to being by considering an organization's data source and what intelligence needs it exhibits. This will inform the different streams of organizations will use and help identify the base source of data. So based on that, our main parts is what is BIDM, means business intelligence data warehouse. So some people believe that the data warehouse stores information to from the back end of business intelligence and that they are completely separate entity. Let's investigate this idea to understand what BIDM is and whether it's valid categories of softwares. According to the Kimball's group, data warehousing was released as business intelligence. This relabeling was far more than marketing tactics because it correctly signals the transfer of the initiative and ownership of the data assets to the business, while the concepts that the users of business data should have ownership of the informations. It implies that the storage and process of the data, or we can say data warehousing, is the same as analyze and interpreting it, or we can say business intelligence. To understand how business intelligence and data warehouse work together, we need to first separate the concept of business intelligence from the tools which supports it. So, business intelligence is based on collecting informations from across a company's entire enterprise and analyze the data to from global view and reports. So, BI tools are software applications that facilitate BI analysis by creating visualization and reports as well as enabling OLAP, or we can say online analytical processing. Data warehouse are another facts of a BI tool sets and are connected specially with aggregating data. A data warehouse is designed to consolidate data from disparate database and to better support strategic and tactical designs making needs. Simply put, a data warehouse is intended to help companies achieve a single version of the truth by consolidating informations from multiple systems, usually including databases. Data warehouse are one of many steps the business intelligence process. So, the term BIDM is something of the generalization. So, BI and DM is a bit more accurate and just using a general umbrella of BI to include business analytics, data warehousing, database, reporting, and more in also appropriate. All of this type of solution make up a vast ecosystem of intelligence system with common purpose. So I hope you can understand the BIDM. So here I have list the advantage of business intelligence. So first one is it boosts productivity. Means with a BI program, it is possible for businesses to create reports with a single click. So saves lots of time and resource. It also allows employee to be more productive on their tasks. Next is to improve visibilities. Means BI also helps to improve the visibility of these processes and make it possible to identify any area which need attendance. Next one is fixed accountability. Means BI system assigns accountability in the organization as there must be someone who should earn accountability and ownership for the organization's performance against its sets of goals. Next one is it gives a bird's eye view. Means BI system also helps organization as decision makers get an overall bird's eye view through a typical BI features like dashboards and scorecards. Next one is its streamlined business processes. Means BI takes out all complexity associated with business processes. It also automates analytics by offering predictive analysis, computer modeling, benchmarking, and other methodologies. Next is it's allow for easy analytics. Means BI software has democratized its usage, allowing even non-technical or non-analyst users to collect and process data quickly. This also allows putting the power of analytics for the handles of many peoples. So I hope you can understand the advantage of business intelligence. Now I explain the disadvantage of business intelligence. First is cost. Means business intelligence can prove costly from small as well as for medium-sized enterprise. The use of such type of system may be expensive for routine business transaction. So it is very costly. Next is complexity. Another drawback of BI is its complexity in implementation of data warehouse. It can be so complex that it can make business techniques rights to deal with. Next one is limited use. Like all improved technologies, BI was first established keeping in consideration the buying complex of rich firms. Therefore, BI system is yet not affordable for many small and medium size of companies. Next one is time consuming implementations. It takes almost 1.5 years for data warehousing system to be complete implementations. Therefore, it is time consuming process. Now, I have explained some trends in business intelligence. So here I have explained some business intelligence and analytical trends that you should be aware of. So first is artificial intelligence. Gathers reports indicates that AI and machine learning now take on complex tasks done by human intelligence. This capability is being large to come up with real-time data analysis and dashboard reporting. Next one is collaborative BI. BI software combined with collaboration tools, including social media and other. These technologies enhance the working and sharing by team of the collaborative decision makings. Next one is embedded BI. Embedded BI allows the integration of BI software or some of the features into another business application for enhancing and extracting its reports functionalities. Next one is cloud analytics. BI application will be soon offered in the cloud and more business will be shift to their technologies. As per the prediction, within a couple of years, the spending on cloud-based analysis will grow 4.5 times faster. So I hope you can understand the trends in business analysis. So thank you friends watching this video. I hope you can understand the business intelligence, its architectures, its advantage, disadvantage, components and trends. Thank you.